Welcome to the channel. I am No Comic Gaming, and welcome back, or welcome. Anyway, this is part 2 of the basic mechanics, workers and resources Soviet Republic tutorial. We're now going to work on getting resources. If you haven't checked out the first video, basic tutorial, go in the channel, check in the playlist, check that out. These are just quick videos. Let me just give you a quick summary. These are just quick tutorial videos of what the game offers for tutorial series instead of what YouTubers are doing their personal tutorial series on YouTube. I didn't see anyone making these videos before, so I decided to make my own of what the game offers for tutorials. Now, the game tutorials don't go in depth as much as YouTubers are, but it's just a good starting point, and I just want to get that content out there for people who are thinking about jumping into this game. They can watch the tutorials and see if they like it or not. But without further ado, getting resources. Build a gravel mine. Gravel mines have to be built on rocky roads. More rocks surrounding the mine mean better efficiency. I'm gonna come down here. Gravel quarry. You're doing great, comrade. Buy an excavator for the gravel mine. Gravel mines require excavators or workers to function properly. Buy vehicle, excavator. There it is. Build a gravel processing plant. Raw stone has to be properly processed into usable gravel. So this is going to be quarried stone is what it's producing. As you can see here, it's going to produce quarried stone, and then we're going to need a gravel processing plant to bring in that quarried stone and make it gravel. Buy a vehicle that is able to transport stone. Different vehicles can transport different cargo. You always have to pick the right one for the job. If we see here, we're going to click the show all. We're going to look for a dumper. A dumper can transport 10 tons of gravel and also 10 tons of quarried stone. You're doing great, comrade. All right, let's open up this. We want to have him pick up from the quarry mine, the gravel quarry, and then also transport that quarried gravel to the processing plant to become gravel. Great. Send the dumper. Make sure to make him start. There he is. Build a wood cutting post. First, let's just watch this process first, because wood cutting posts have to be built near a forest. The more trees surround the wood cutting post, the more trees the workers can cut down. But first, I like to go through the process of seeing what we actually built first before we do that. There's no time limit. So let's go ahead and make it to faster speed and see the quarried stone being placed on the dumper from the gravel quarry, and then transport it to the processing plant, unload it, and now we have 6.8 tons of gravel to use at any time. Nice. All right, here we go. Wood cutting post gonna come down here for the wood. Perfect work. Buy a vehicle for the wood cutting post. Wood cutting posts require a vehicle that can transport wood from the forest. So I'm gonna click on here. I'm gonna buy a vehicle. This can transport 9.7 tons of wood. Build a sawmill. Sawmills are used to turn wood into boards that can be later used for construction. All right, sawwood. Here we go. There we go. We got that down. Create a factory connection between these two. So this is going to allow, if we wanted forklifts to do that, but it wants to go both ways because they consume and use. So we're going to bring from the sawmill to the wood cutting post to the sawmill, and the wood cutting post back. So the truck will go back. There we go. Build an iron mine. We're gonna watch it first. How much wood does it have on it? Let me click on him. So he has 8.2 tons of wood on him right now. He's unloading it all. He just did. Now this has 2.7 tons, but it's moving into this. So now if we look here, we have created from that 8.7 tons 6.37 tons of boards. So now we have boards just sitting here ready to be exported or used in our republic for building. All right, so now build an iron mine. Let me get that off the screen. All right. Iron mines have to be built over iron ore deposits. You can view available iron ore deposits on your mini map or as yellow or green dots while placing mine. The amount of iron depends beneath deposit beneath your iron mine determines the efficiency of your mine. So in realistic settings, you can't see this. You have to do research in order to see the resources that are on the map. So we're looking for iron, which is right here. And you can also do a cheat, which some people do. If you pick an iron mine and you just go anywhere on the map without doing the research to see the resources, you can still, it will still show you the quality of source. So if I hold shift and move my mouse out, you can still like see this. And this is without doing research. So if you are playing a game, it can probably take a while to look for them, but you can find them that way. But anyway, we're following the tutorial series. So we're going to go ahead and place this where it wants us to. It's only 85%. You could probably do better than that, but hey. Perfect work. Build an iron processing plant. Iron ore has to be processed into usable iron aggregate. Aggregate just means a collection of things put together to make something. So if you use gravel, iron, it will go to an aggregate storage, which means it's used to make something else. That's where you get the term aggregate from. All right, so now we got the processing plant for the iron. I guess we're gonna have to connect these. Yep, build a corvée engine. Conveyors can be used to transport certain resources between some buildings. Conveyor engines can be used to transport these resources over larger distances, or to adjust the angles of input and output in buildings. So we're going to go to aggregates, conveyor engine, and it can move all of these. So we're going to build that here. And you see it has an arrow in, arrow out to an arrow in. So now we want to build a conveyor connection. So we're going to come from here, iron mine, into the conveyor engine. So now it's going to push up here, and then we want to push it out and into the processing. So the conveyor, boom, and you see it moving. As you see, our aggregate storage is going up. We can fit 25 tons, so that's going to fill up pretty quick here. So build a cargo aggregate loading station for road vehicles. This station can be used to load processed iron into road vehicles. You can also load aggregates directly from the storage, but since there is no loading mechanisms, it will be much more slower. And loading mechanisms, it means by, you see these parking spots here? So loading mechanisms, it means like a claw. And I don't want to get like too complex into this, but basically, let me just show you real quick what a claw looks like. All right, so basically what it means by a claw is like these little things right here, where it can pick up stuff and move a lot more mass because it uses a claw. But that's what it means by that. No loading mechanisms, it's just spots which will take forever to fill. So what we want to do is we want to build this truck aggregate storage. I mean, it's truck aggregate loading. Connect it. So now we're going to use a corvée connection. So now it's going to pull this iron into this, and it's going to drop into trucks, which is a lot faster than the trucks come over here and parking and waiting for it to fill up. All right, buy a vehicle that can transport. So we're going to go to Road Depot. Look for something that can transport iron, 7.5 tons. Iron ore, 7.5 tons. Remember, we got to set up a schedule for that now too, right? New stop. You're going to come from this truck aggregate load, and then you're going to take it to the border to sell. And remember, we got to make him start. All right, let's watch him do his thing. $7.5 tons. We're only going to make 113 rubles. That's not very profitable, but hey, let's go ahead and follow him. This reminds me of Transport Fever 2 when you're in this view. I mean, if you guys played that game, doesn't it? What road was here, sir? Woo! That grass is some maintenance. Boom. $113. We're rich. All right, build a farm. Farms can contain all the vehicles that are required to work the fields. so you don't need to go to a vehicle depot for them. And they got all these spots for their vehicles. You see, now we want to build a field. Fields are used to grow crops. Fields have to be close to a farm. The farm will automatically send mechanisms to seed or harvest, and it will send trucks to transport the harvested crops back to the farm. Buy a tractor for the farm. Tractors are used to sow. He in there? Nope, not yet. Oh, he is in there. I hear him. There he is. Hey, buy a combine. Combines are used to harvest the crop. Buy a covered haul. Covered hauls or transport the crops. 5.6 tons they can transfer. There you go. Doing your thing over here. Buy a pump jack. Oh, we're gonna watch this first, and then we're gonna go into oil. Matter of fact, I might not do this one because this one kind of takes a long time, as you can see, because it has to do all of this and then the harvest. No, this is gonna take too long, but you get the gist of what it's doing. All right, pump jacks have to be built over ore deposits. You can view available oil deposits on your mini map or while placing the rig. The amount of oil a pump jack can extract depends on its location. As once I said again with the iron ore, as you can see, 99. 30%, yada yada. You're doing great. Build a rail pumping station. This station can be used to fill cistern wagons on a train. Now we got to build a pipeline connecting the rig to the pump station. Liquids. Underground. Oh, you do underground too. Nice. Put a pipe. And we'll go from here to here. Build a rail depot. Rail depots are the starting building for trains. You can use them to buy trains and arrange train sets. Perfect work. Now build a train depot with to the railing pumping station. Go. How much storage this got? 15 tons just waiting right there. That's why they stopped pumping. It's maxed out. We got to get this oil out of here. All right, let's finish the connection. I'm holding middle mouse button and moving around. That's the way I like to navigate, so I can scroll in fast or move around. And WASD to do this. All right, buy a diesel locomotive. And now we're gonna have to buy cargo wagons for that. For oil, so let's buy these. So that's 6, 12, 18, 180 tons of fuel we can move with this right here. All right, let's set up the waypoints. So you're going to move this out the way. I want you to, you're gonna start here, pick up 15 tons, and then move it to the border to sell. Remember, gotta make them start. That's all for this tutorial. Let's go ahead and watch them fill up. So he has the 16 tons. We're gonna make 700. It's more than the 115 we did before though, right? Look at the detail on these things, it's cool. And we're rich. But that's gonna do it for this video. That was the tutorial for what we had to do. Be sure to check out the next video in the series. If you guys like it, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I'm No Comment Gaming. Be blessed, everybody.